Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Muhammad Zari bin Zaidi 194832 with Muhammad Shakir bin Muhammad Arif will be representative our group 10 about the team study case. So the first question is, what do the data on employee injury incident, absent and turnover suggest to you? Is there reason for concern about the company directions? According to the data Parkway nursing care, we found that the rate of employee injuries, accident, absence and turnover increased rapidly was completely detrimental to the organization. Yes, there are reasons to worry about the company's development direction and reasons such as injury, absence and departure. So the first one is injury. So the reason is healthcare is a job that requires employees to increase physical strength in their daily work. So the care worker will always receive the needs to take care of patients who are unable to move freely or need to move patient. So this will cause pain to the care worker back, arms and legs. So our suggestion is multiple caregiver can be assigned to care for patients who need to consume a lot of physical strength and care for the caregiver that is likely to cause harm to the caregiver. So the second one is employee absent. So the reason is the LPN, which is licensed practical nurse, who do much of the care and otherwise can take time off when they need to. But a lot of them are single parent and a lot of them are primary caregiver for their own children. So this will leave child care responsibility. The work suffer and there's no contingency plan to help smooth things over. So our suggestion is make the shelter more flexible. And the third one is turnover, which is manager should organize regular meeting, conduct formal communication, the goal and specific plans of the work, progress of ideas of employees. So in terms of personnel, Parkway should shift the focus of investment from increasing the size of bed to the increasing staffing. The second one is improve the accuracy of service while reducing the pressure of co-worker. And the third one is change the threshold of patient receive. Moving on to the question 2, which is, given the board of directors desire to re-energize the workforce, what advice would you provide for creating a leadership strategy? What leader behavior should nursing home director and nurse supervisor demonstrate? So we have analyzed 6 indicators for this part. The first indicator is variable pay programs, which is management should design a reward to staff such as merit-based pay or bonus based on individual, team and organization goals. So this will enhance the motivation and boost productivity of co-worker. So the second one is use goal and feedback, which is note that setting goal is ultimately related to performing tasks, and management can emphasize the company core value and focus on caring for the patients by make it a questionnaire to get their employee feedback or suggestion. And the third one is job sharing. Job sharing is allow 2 staff members to share full-time duties, usually with prorated wage and composite time off. So therefore, management can ensure that there are enough employees to take care of patients. So the number 4 is perceived organization support, which is POS. So POS will employee understanding of the degree to which the company respect its commitment and care about its well-being. Therefore, management can encourage employee to participate in group activity or discussion will increase communication, rapport, and relieve a little stress. Number 5 is initiating a structure. So how a leader determines his or her team position, which mean lead by example. So drawing up work schedule, ensure compliance with rule and regulation, and ensuring that a high working standard is maintained by take good care of patients to achieve their goal company. So the leader would set a cycle, when meet once a cycle that will summarize the work in the cycle by a report and feedback. So the final one, the last one is consideration. The leader display a consideration for the people who work with him or her. It is a style of leadership that foster true partnership, confidence, and unity between team members. Management take good care of employees by be empathic, be fair, hands-on, and on when needed, and encourage employees to help each other when needed. So, in conclusion, successful leader need to have a detailed understanding of motivational factor and need to consider the fundamental interests of his staff, colleagues, and supervisor.
Regardless, we are going to proceed. So number 3 is taking into consideration of the issue of communication, analyze the current situation, and provide effective recommendation for Parkway to adopt as their communication strategy. So as we know, communication is vital for the organization. It is how communication, organizing activities, and achieving objectives. In Webster dictionaries, it is characterized as a mechanism in which information is shared between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behavior. And there are three parts. One is the sender, one is the receiver, and one is medium, where the sender send a message via medium to the receiver. So without further ado, the first issue of communication is chief leader Maxine Vernon expressed his dissatisfaction with the way of management hired new workers to fill the vacancy. So as we can see the quotes, I have seen management do what it can to keep position filled, and I don't always agree with who is hired. So the issue here is suitable person or not, they just fill in the vacancy. So we know Parkson is a Parkway is a company that are involved in patient. So if they do not take the correct person, it might lead to an accident. So one of the factors job satisfaction are provide the employer can provide healthy environment, which is stress-free environment, stress-free social problems, discrimination, and unfair behavior, which will create a positive and safe atmosphere to everyone. So suggestion is recruit people that are suitable for the job. So number 2 is the second issue of communication is the method caregivers store patient data. And caregiver prefer to use electronically compared to all caregiver because they think switching system will require a lot of work and they are more comfortable with all methods. So we know today's it is not relevant to do the old method. So by using lateral communication, it will save time and make coordination easier. The employer also need to teach or do program for the all workers to let them know how the electronic era works, such as using the laptop or the mobile phone. They can see the data of the patient fast. So number 3, the third issue of communication is management do not take into account the employee's view of the workforce. Employee express their opinion that management can reduce the fund by reducing routine and program that are not appropriate for patient care. So the solution for this problem is leader or supervisor could use upward communication in which the employee can provide information and feedback to what the program does. So if you can see from the code, but it is something management always just say it will consider. So they will need, the employers should take seriously on what the employee said, because they are the frontliner, they are the one who communicate with the patient. So number 4, the issue of communication is Nancy Wilson, whom thinks some of his colleagues treat patient like an inventory. It shows that they have lack of communication and understanding toward each other. So the employee should implement lateral communication using all channels, small group network with each other. So I think that there are miscommunication between one another, because yeah, because if they are stressed, then they might do the job forcefully, like they didn't treat the patient good. um, they will get mad maybe. So as a result, workers can improve how they treat the patient, more polite, and increase self-awareness about what they do to the patient. So number 4, it appears that some of Parkway main sources of stress are increasing number of patients and lack of competent employees. Parkway just hire people to fill vacancy rather than finding people who are really suitable for the job and love it. So during COVID-19, job pressure at Parkway also stemmed from concern about one's own health, because employees have to take risks to work. So COVID, we know that they have to do social distancing so that they will not affect their family, friends, and colleague and all other patients. So the management of Parkway should do a good job. I mean, a really, really good job on giving them equipment. So the stress also increase due to complex doctor-patient relationship, and buying fraud document requirement have become more stringent than ever. So the increase in paperwork wastes a lot of time and work and money, because this is very specific, and it is also put pressure on the employees. So our suggestion is strengthen the assessment of entry and find the best person for the job, while the new employees are properly trained so that they can adapt to the job. So number 2 is increase the number of employees assigned to each department, so that each department can more rationally distribute work among employees. A reasonable distribution of work makes work more efficient. In the daily work, the sign of major accidents are found in time due to the stress they are having in the work. So a stress-free environment can prevent major accidents. Rewards are also good motivator, enabling employees to work in a positive direction. So if they implement like performance-based reward, such as the employee of the month, then the employee can have a goal to what they want. So like a pay rise from the management, and the appropriate amount of rest time multiple times a day. So they have to give good time rest for the employees, such as building facilities, so that they can rest at a 2 or 3 hour interval. 5 minutes is enough, maybe 10 minutes for them to rest, because resting is important, because they are dealing with a lot of complex work, such as giving the right medicine to the right person, and the person in hospital is very very crowded. So as a conclusion, communication is important for them, I mean for the company, because they raise the worker productivity. Also, stress free can create a good environment, can create a happy environment for them, and also for the patient, so that they feel like they are a part of the organization. Because if you know, psychological is important also. Although physical is important, psychological is also important. So uh, Parkway should done a good job. I mean, Parkson should done a better job for the employee and for the workers, so that they can create a better performance for the company. So that's all from me, and also from us. Thank you, Dr. Dalia. Assalamualaikum.